Firstly, for the negative team, we have the owner of the Mitchelton Child Care Centre, Peta Pitcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to quash the stereotypes and rid our businesses of schoolyard name-calling. We, the negative, dismiss as unreservedly absurd the statement that you need to be an iron lady to make your mark. I don't want to get into a definitional slinging match, and I concur. One characteristic of iron is strength, but stern, harsh, cruel, inflexible, can't be conveniently excluded. By the way, it's also a tool for branding cattle. The opposition failed to define lady, which means a woman who is refined, polite and well-spoken, or of peerage. And yes, Taryn, a mark is leaving a visible impression, a noticeable lasting effect, a footprint. But it can also mean to deposit a scent, as in a skunk. But we're not here to talk about iron as a standalone. We're here to talk about iron and lady together, and what that combination says about women making their mark in 2012. The opposition would have you believe that an iron lady is a woman possessing inner strength who is still feminine. Fine. If that's so, why iron? Why not the bamboo lady? Bamboo is strong, and unlike iron, it's flexible, an essential characteristic in today's business world. Wu Yi was a Chinese petroleum engineer, businesswoman, former Vice Premier and Health Minister. She's been referred to in the media as China's Iron Lady. But for the amazing work she did during China's SARS outbreak, Time magazine titled her the Goddess of Transparency. Strange though, many of her constituents in China refer to her as the reincarnation of Buddha's Goddess of Mercy, Kuan Yin. How can she be all three? Picking the odd one out, it is possible that the idea, the Iron Lady, is far removed from reality and just another tool of harassment used to shackle women who dare to succeed in men's space. The reason the title Iron Lady and not Bamboo Lady is that it's not about strength. It is a reference to a woman succeeding in a man's world. When Maggie Thatcher was titled the Iron Lady by the communist newspaper The Red Star, she famously announced, "I stand before you tonight in my Red Star chiffon evening gown, my face softly made up and my hair gently waved, the Iron Lady of the Western world." The fact Maggie felt the need to emphasise her femininity whilst embracing the title Iron Lady demonstrates this point. The title Iron Lady is a negative slur, and it doesn't stop with Maggie or Wu Yi. Iron Lady has been used to describe Golda Meir, the President of Israel, Mary McAleese, the President of Ireland, and Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany. There have even been Iron Lady derivatives. Why? Nearly Krios, Steely Nearly, the European Commissioner for Competition. The former Philippines First Lady, Imelda Marcos, the Iron Butterfly, and Madeleine Albright, the Titanium Lady. The problem with Iron Lady, as with all stereotypes, is that they exaggerate and caricature. The problem is this: iron plus lady equals stereotype. Stereotype equals shackles. There are plenty of stereotypes to choose from. Party girl, tiger mother, cougar, earth mother, superwoman, sex symbol. And they all limit and shackle us. Remember Germaine Greer's female eunuch? We don't discount that some iron ladies have made a mark. What we disagree with is the defeminising stereotype that you have to be an iron lady to make your mark. In fact, the thought of being an iron lady, to the wonderful team on whose behalf I now speak, is a degrading, defeminising, and quite frankly, a preposterous representation of any effective female business leader. Women can make a mark without being iron ladies. Take, for instance, my esteemed colleague, Jean Madden, founder of Street Swags. Jean holds a master's in theology. Why? She's practically a nun. Hardly the stuff of an iron lady, hey? But Jean has bedded nearly 20,000 homeless over the last few years. And that, to me, is making your mark. Or my dear friend Wendy Lewis, who at 30-something moved to Khon Kaen, Thailand to run an orphanage housing 40 HIV-positive children. Wendy volunteered for 5 years. I can vouch for Wendy. She is far from being an iron lady. And the children at Ban Mayetta's Mercy International orphanage, who now experience improved quality of life, living conditions, health, and the basics of human rights, would agree. A stereotype is not required to describe my dear friend Wendy Lewis and how she has made her mark. A recent article by McKinsey & Company identifies invisible barriers as the key challenge in advancing gender diversity. It explains that to advance women, the next frontier is toppling invisible barriers, mindsets held by managers, including men and women. Day-to-day decisions are informed by a range of automated interpretations, including stereotypes that individuals unconsciously hold. To move forward, we need to break the shackles and stereotypes, and that starts with any description of a woman that crudely describes what you have to be to make your mark. A quick quote from the International Museum of Women's online exhibition, Women, Power and Politics. To many people, the idea of a woman in power just doesn't compute. Either she can't be a real woman, or she must be doing a really bad job at being powerful. Hence the name, the Iron Lady. We need to break clear of shackles and stereotypes. We need to ditch the nicknames. Perhaps the need for nicknames will fade when women leaders can move from being ladies, iron or otherwise, to simply being called leaders. Thank you.